Hey everyone, welcome back to FedBiz Exchange. I'm Michelle Brown, your coach and your mentor. In this video, it's time for Ask Michelle B. Today's question is from Berwin. Berwin has a really good question, but he has 3 questions rolled up into one. So I'm going to break down each of these questions, but first I'm going to read his question to you. Berwin asks, what exactly is meant by place of performance? You guys have seen this. It's POP. When you see POP, that means place of performance. So Berwin obviously understands that part. So he goes on to say, I understand the definition of POP if the item is made in the United States. However, what if we're purchasing the item through a distributor, dealer, wholesaler, or even possibly a manufacturer, and the product is manufactured outside the United States? Do we have to show the exact location of the manufacturing facility, or simply the country of origin on the RFQ? Also, if the item is manufactured in the U.S., is the POP my company's physical address or the location of the manufacturing facility or corporate office? Thanks again, Michelle. Well, as you can see, that is a loaded question, but I have some answers for you guys, and this is a really good question. All of these questions combined because those of you that are trying to provide the government with supplies and materials, you need to understand these things. So thank you, Berwin. So let's get into it. So I broke this loaded question down into 3 parts. The first part of the question for you, Berwin, is what exactly is meant by POP? You're right, it means place of performance, but not the way you think in the contract. Place of performance means where you're going to perform the service or where you're going to deliver the products. If ever you're confused by that, look inside the contract, look at delivery, or look at the details for the services that you're going to offer. So whether it's service or whether it's products, materials, supplies, whatever it is, place of performance means where is the activity going to happen. The next part of this first question, you say, however, what if we're purchasing the item through a distributor, a dealer, a wholesaler, or even a manufacturer, and the product is outside of the United States? Well, that goes along with your question number 2. Do we have to show the exact location of the manufacturing facility or where you got the product from? The answer to that question is simple. Keep it very simple, just like this. You have to know where the product is made. If the product is made in Vietnam, you should know that, even if it's coming into the United States. The reason they want to know that is because there's some countries that we do not do business with. They may be on a banned list. So you need to make sure that the manufacturing organization that you're working with, even if it is through a distributor or a wholesaler, you need to ask the distributor or the wholesaler, where is it made? Also, in some cases, you need to ask the manufacturer, because some of our manufacturers in the United States have facilities overseas. However, what they do is they have it made overseas and then they do a portion of it in the United States. That could be considered made in the United States. So let's say they do some of the product in China or in Vietnam or Malaysia, but they send it to the United States unfinished, and the corporation in the United States creates the finished product. That is a U.S. made product because they are working with the item in the United States. Not to mention, they probably own the factory in the other country, or they've contracted the factory out. So ask the question. They will tell you. Okay, so don't assume, but it is important to answer that question, and you will get that question with supplies. It's probably not going to be an issue, especially now, because we're not making a lot of our own products, but we're getting there. So just find out where it's made. That's the bottom line. And sometimes you can simply look on the brochure. You need to ask for marketing materials like a brochure, like a spec, technical documents, anything you can get, because you are going to be responsible for where that item comes from. It doesn't mean they won't accept it. They just need to know. And then lastly, your question says also, if the item is manufactured in the United States, is the POP my company's physical address? No, because remember what I said in the first part of the question. POP means where is the item going to? It means where is the service going to happen? So the POP has nothing to do with your address. It only has to do with where is the action going to happen. Okay, let me know if you have any other questions, and thank you for your question, Berwin. It was excellent.